Welcome to my podcast, guys. If you are here to work on your relationship with your child, then you are for sure in the right space because you will always have to work on your relationship with yourself. And this is what I offer here on my podcast. So if you listen to my podcast and hear things that are not obviously related to your son, listen on, because whatever you improve in your relationship with yourself will automatically improve all of your relationships, including with your son. So welcome and enjoy.
Hey guys, how's it going, everyone? I am doing so good, and I have been wanting to record this all morning ever since I had this chat with my boys in the car about this book. Have you guys ever seen this kid's book, Filling Buckets? I don't even know what it's called, but basically it's where they teach children to be nice to others so they can fill other people's buckets. And also that when other people do something nice for them, they're filling that child's bucket. So the buckets are kind of like bucket of happiness, and the more you fill up your bucket, the happier you feel. And sometimes if you do something not nice for someone, you empty their bucket, and also you empty your own bucket. Right? So that's kind of the idea that they're teaching the children. Then they're teaching them all the different ways of how to fill up someone else's bucket. Like do something nice for them, and then you will fill up their bucket so they are happy. Or help them out, or be respectful, or smile at someone. When you smile, you fill their bucket and you fill your bucket, right? And so it goes on and on and on and on. And my twinsies, who are 5, they've been reading this book at school all year. And I've kind of noticed it, and I, have my thoughts about it. But today I got on fire, and I was just disagreeing with them. And so this book has really nice intentions. It's just a little bit misleading, and I really want to talk about what the message it's sending. And the message it's sending is that basically you can make other people happy, or you can make other people unhappy. And vice versa. Other people can make you happy, and other people can also make you sad. And I don't want my children growing up thinking that, believing that. Here's why. Because it's not true. And I grew up believing that, thinking it's true up until maybe 2-3 years ago, when I first kind of learned this concept that our thoughts create our feelings for us. And so therefore, other people cannot come into our head and create thoughts for us. So therefore, other people cannot create our thought or our feelings for us, right? So, we had an argument with my 5-year-olds. It was so funny. They were saying, "No, Mama, the teacher said that's true." And I'm like, that's okay. This book was written, and, some people don't know that, right? And a lot of people don't know that. And a lot of people will actually argue back with me and say, no, Natalia, you're wrong. But hear me out, right? I think there's so much power in drawing the line between who can make who happy. Basically, only you can make yourself happy by thinking thoughts that create that feeling for you. And same for others. And so therefore, you can't really fill other people's buckets, right? We've all had this experience where we would do something nice for someone, but they wouldn't be happy. And we would be like, what the heck? Why aren't you happy? I thought you'd be happy when I do that for you, right? And the simple explanation for that is that because when you did something nice for them, they just didn't have the thought, oh, this is so nice, right? They had different thoughts. They might have thought like, oh, I didn't need that. I didn't want that. This is a bad time, right? Whatever thoughts they had didn't create the feelings that you wanted them to feel, right? So, and the other way around, right? Sometimes when we might do something not nice for someone, but they're still happy, they might be thinking like, oh, I know this is not about me, this is about them, and I'm not going to feel sad about it. Like this has something to do with them, right? They must be going through something, and I'm just going to let them go through something, right? And so this has tremendously changed my life with all of my relationships with my mom, with my husband, with my children. And this is why I have a program to stop fighting with your son, because to me, this is like the most dear relationship that I have. It's so sweet and special. And I just love helping people cherish it and not really kind of waste it and while they're still young. And so this is why I kind of help people get out of fighting with their significant other or with their children based on this one principle, is that other people do not make you miserable and other people don't make you happy. You only do that with your own thoughts. And so I strongly believe that, and I will teach my children that, and it will be very interesting what happens when they tell their teacher that the teacher is wrong. So, and so here's the results of that is that 98% of your fights will just disappear. Like the fights that you have with people that you love, that you have them right now because of the thoughts you're thinking and you're reacting to them, right? Not because of other people's actions, but because of what you're thinking. And if you're thinking something like, he's wrong, I'm right, or let me just show him how I'm right, or he should do something, and then you think the only way for you to feel better is that they do that thing, then you're going to fight with them because you think that how you feel depends on them doing that thing, right? So that is a kind of my passionate topic in a nutshell. This is what I implement in my daily life. And then there's fights, of course, that happen here and there that kind of catch you off guard, right? You didn't think you had the thought about your kid. Like, like yesterday we had a silly fight with my son. He said, what am I supposed to do next? It was kind of like a transitional period. And I said, okay, I'll brush your teeth and then Papa will put you to bed. And he was upset. And I got upset because he was upset. Because I had a thought, well, he's ungrateful and he's giving me attitude. Like we're doing stuff for him and he's giving me attitude, right? So why did I get upset? In that moment, right, I was upset because I thought that I am upset because of his attitude. But almost right away, even while I was upset with him, I realized that the only reason why I'm upset is because of what I'm thinking and not because of what he's doing. And so that kind of puts a pause on how I'm going to act, right? If I did not believe it was my thinking, if I believed it was his attitude, then I would be all over him. I would jump on him and I would kind of argue with him and yell at him, right? I would say, how dare you? This is why you give me attitude, right? And so while I am able to, if I know that it's my thinking, then I'm able to press pause on reacting to those thoughts. And of course, I will tell you, right, I'm human and sometimes I'm not able to press pause on that. And sometimes I do react to those thoughts and feelings, right? And I do. Because I know it's all thoughts, once I've cooled down, I am able to apologize and show up to him and me in such a connecting way that it doesn't feel like a fight. It feels like we're connecting over the fight, right? The fight brings us closer together because I own up to my stuff, right? I still don't let him off the hook, and I explain to him, that it's not okay to kind of snap back at me when I'm telling him to brush his teeth, right? But also I own up to my own behavior if I didn't show up in a nice way, right? So this is when we apply this theory to our life, 98% will completely disappear because you're going to be able to press that pause and not react to your thoughts and feelings and just see them for what they are. I'm just thinking this thought and I want to argue, but I know it's not a good reason for me to bring up a fight, right? Like pick your battles, right? And the other times, the other 2%, when that does happen, the fight is so much shorter and you are able to connect to them and love that person, your kid, in such a deeper level than you would otherwise, right? If let's say if I was not able to own up to my stuff, he would be holding a grudge and I would be holding a grudge, and we would be holding grudges and not connecting, not being honest with each other, and not feeling love towards each other. Okay. So that is what I have for you today. I also wanted to remind you that I am doing a giveaway of a Lululemon gift certificate at the end of month May. And this is 2021 right now. And today is the end of April. So in 3-4 weeks, I am doing a giveaway. And to enter that giveaway, and by the way, I'm doing it because my podcast will be 1 year old, and I'm so excited. This has been a fun journey with you guys. So I want to kind of give one away to one of you great listeners as a thank you for listening. And to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is go and give my podcast a review. If you like it, obviously, and this review will help other people find the podcast and get some help and not fighting with their son, and have great relationships with their kids. And once you do the review of the podcast, you need to screenshot your review and post it on your social feed and tag me at coaching_Natalia on Instagram. And that way I will know that you've done that. So I'll enter you into the draw, and I'll be so excited to see you do that. Otherwise, I hope you guys are having an amazing week. I will talk to you next week. Love you. Bye.